Welcome back, treasure hunters. So if you haven't watched before, my name is Joe and I search for treasures at thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, auctions, and anywhere else I can find something valuable and flip it for a profit. I got a week's worth of stuff I'm ready to show you guys that I found at thrift stores, so let's get started. The first thing I found here is this Greek statue or sculpture. When I first saw this, I thought it was bronze, and then when I picked it up, I noticed that it is hollow and it's cast iron. I can tell just because there are some little scuffs here and there. It's pretty small, but it shows through that it's not bronze, but it is older. You can tell too on the bottom. A lot of times older pieces, they use different hardware and stuff. So I thought this was obviously a pretty cool piece. I picked it up for, I think, $5.39, which is a lot less than I thought it was going to be initially. I looked online when I got home. I didn't even bother researching. I knew I was going to get this for this price. And I looked online and, these are selling in a wide range from anywhere from, I don't know, $100, $150 to more towards $500. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to price this at, but definitely was a really cool piece to find at Goodwill. Next thing I found at Goodwill, actually on the same trip as the statue I just showed you, is this handmade wood vase. And anytime I find wood vases that are handmade or more one of a kind or considered folk art, I guess, I always pick them up because I always sell them. And usually they're really inexpensive. I know I've said this before, and people do like this kind of work. So I thought this was unique just given the kind of rugged exterior, and you can even see like bug holes and different things. And then the top is really nicely finished. Not a really wide opening, but that's okay. Almost looks like a piece of firewood from the bottom. So I picked this up for $4, and I'll probably price this, I don't know, 40 or 50 bucks. They tend to sell. They do fetch, a good price for a minimal investment. So anytime I see wood vases or handmade older vases like this, I always pick them up. So my next piece here, I actually got this in an antique mall. And the reason why I got this was because in my first video of the antique mall walkthrough, I had a couple people comment on this photo because I was flipping through some artwork and this photo came across, and some people said, that I probably should have picked that up. This is a famous opera singer, I guess. From what everybody said, it is signed here down at the bottom, hand signed. More of a vintage photo. When I picked this up, though, it was in a plastic sleeve. So I just picked this frame up at the thrift store and cut the matting a bit to fit it better. So it looks a lot more presentable in, a nice frame like this with some matting. This was only $9. And from what I saw online, Enrico Caruso's signed photographs and anything else they fetch a pretty good price. So I'm going to do a little more research. I didn't see any photos exactly like this one. There were some headshots or some other ones, but they were priced pretty high. That doesn't really mean anything. I need to find actual, sale prices from auctions or on eBay or something before I'll have a good idea, but I imagine I'll at least price it for a couple $100 and see where it goes from there. Thank you all for notifying me of who this was and that I should have picked it up, because as soon as I saw that, I went back and got it. So this is one of my most recent finds. I really haven't done any research on it, but it's a pen and watercolor drawing here. It is signed down at the bottom, and it looks, the first initial, I think it might be M or OM, Last name is Shelton though. And this was actually in a frame that was missing like one of the sides. So it was all broken. But I bought it anyway, and I'll just find another frame at the thrift store. But I thought it was a pretty nice painting. It was only $5.09, and I kept the glass and stuff because I do tend to find pieces that have cracked glass, so I could always reuse that. And then once I get another frame for this and figure out some more about the artist, I'll be able to give you a better idea on the price. But anytime I see like original, nicely done art, especially as low as $5, I always pick it up. So on that same trip, my most recent trip, I also found this painting. And this is a watercolor, and it is signed Ashton. I did research this name, but too many artists came up where it was something that I just decided to buy and figure out exactly which Ashton painted this. When I first saw this, I honestly thought it was by, like before looking at the name, I thought it was by the same artist that did the piece I just showed you. But obviously it's not. But it's another nice original painting. And I also picked this one up for $5.09. So once I do a little more research on Ashton and figure out exactly which person made this, I'll have a better idea of what I can price this for. So this is a piece that I recently picked up. I got it at an online estate auction. I think I only paid like 13 or 15 bucks for it. It is a vintage map. I'm not sure how old it is. I haven't taken this out of the frame yet. But maps and stuff like this can be fairly valuable. This isn't entirely too big or anything. If this ends up being, an older map, instead of like a recent reproduction, then obviously it'll have a lot more value. But either way, I was willing to take the chance for, only 13 or 15 bucks. I got this piece at a Goodwill, and this is an original, and I guess I would call it a drawing. I don't exactly know what he used. It looks like some sort of marker or pen. But I thought this was kind of unique because here on the back, was done by Bill Needle, and it says artist and Egyptologist. So these are authentic Egyptian hieroglyphics. And when I saw the back too, anytime there's information like this on the back, I always have to give it a second look. This looks to be a wedding present because obviously it says married December 10th, 1948. So this is a lot older than I initially would have thought. This must be, the two that got married, their last names, but underneath are all the different symbols that are on the front and, what they mean and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool, especially seeing that it's original and even has, this business card from Bill Needle. I thought it was kind of a unique, cool piece. I did do a search on him, but I didn't come up with anything right off the bat. But this thing was only $4.99, so it was worth it for me to pick it up. Here's another piece of art that I got at Goodwill. This one I have not ID'd. I have no idea what the signature. I think it just says Jan, and then it has a copyright of 10 and then 86. So it's done in October of 86, but it does have a title here that says Moonlit Flight. And I just really liked the overall style of this. I don't exactly know what this is called, but it's, just how the lines go across and there's selective color and everything. Thought it was pretty cool. This is an original piece and kind of, just different looking art. Always catches my eye because a lot of times when you look through auctions and stuff, you'll see, pieces that aren't your run-of-the-mill like landscape oil paintings and that sort of thing. So anytime I see a piece that is just kind of unique, I always give it a second glance. But this was also only $5.09, so it was definitely worth it for me to pick it up. And this is going to be a piece that I post to one of the art Facebook groups or identification groups to see if somebody can help me figure out who made this. Now this is the last piece I'm going to show you, and this is the my favorite piece that I found over the last week or so, and I got this on my return trip to the antique mall. It was priced for 25 bucks, but it is signed, titled, and has some other something down here, but it's all in a different language. This was labeled as African tribal art, which I knew it wasn't, just given the overall style and, you know, just especially the people down here. I thought it was Mexican or Southern American or something, but I posted this to a Facebook group, and then other people said that the writing down here was in like Russian or Slovenian or something, so I have no clue about the origin of this. But down here, I'll give you a closer look. It's just I mean, it kind of looks like the cover of a horror DVD or a horror poster or something. Just the ominous look that child is giving. Looks to be a woodcut etching print. And I did do an image search on this, and I came up with a couple similar type drawings, but the names really didn't match up. Which somebody told me that in, I think it was Slovenia or Poland or something, they commonly write last name first and then the first name. And so the second word, it looked like Jose to me, and that's kind of why I thought it was Mexican or Southern American or something. But I still haven't figured out who the artist is on this. It is dated 1969. It's in a nice, solid, heavy frame. So hopefully I can figure out who made this piece. But either way, it's, I don't know, it's just very unique and cool. So I was happy to find this for 25 bucks. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you, as always, for watching. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you that have supported the channel and left comments either on YouTube or Facebook. It is helpful to know how I can improve, as well as what you liked about the different videos and the different things that I found. If this is your first time watching, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that bell so you get those notifications when I post new videos. Leave a comment if you have any questions about anything I found or why I chose it. I will be making a video soon. I've been trying to clean up my basement down here so I can show you all the different things that I found over the past couple of years. Should be a pretty fun video because I do have quite a collection building up and trying to get a lot of that stuff posted so I can start moving some inventory. But of course, that takes time. So once again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you get out there treasure hunting, I hope you find something great.